The heavy class is well known for being able to obliterate players instantly. They also have the capability to wipe a team faster than any other class, while still having access to shields and the highest health. They embody the word tank, slow moving and explosive. They are also very hard to break. This video is going to break down how to counter the heavy class depending on what class you're playing, and then also understand the weaknesses that the heavy class has in order to take advantage of them. Please comment below the ways that you counter the heavy class and subscribe for more content on the finals. Now, before we discuss these counters, please keep in mind that these are just methods that can be used. There is no guaranteed way to succeed 100% of your fights, but having the knowledge of how to use your gadgets and specializations in order to gain an advantage over the enemy can help increase your success rate overall. Nukes and RPGs. This is probably the main thing that people struggle to counter. Arguably, the strongest tactic in the heavy's arsenal is a nuke. With maximum damage potential over 350, it's pretty obvious why this is so strong. It can one-shot any player, it can wipe an entire team that is grouped up, and can be used pretty much anywhere. Now, if you're playing light, they have multiple tools in order to beat nukes. For specializations, the dash and grapple can help you keep on the high ground in order to avoid the nukes, because the nukes are much harder to land when you are on high ground. Cloak can also help you get closer in order to land some gadgets, such as the stun gun.
Get stun.
Nice job, Oppo. Nice job. That was funny, dude. That was funny.
Ain't no way.
Dude, that rubble was literally perfect to hide in.
The gadgets that I find most useful are glitch grenades, which disables the enemy gadgets for 10 seconds, a very good amount of time to apply pressure and win the fight. The next is the stun gun. This requires better understanding of positioning and movement to avoid dying to the nuke before getting the stun off. Dropping in from above or pushing up with cover makes this easier, but if you stun a heavy, they are basically a free kill. Just don't position yourself right next to one that's using a shotgun, because the fact that they're hip firing isn't really going to affect them much. Breaching charge can also be used as your own nuke. You can use this as a way to throw it back. Now again, this is going to be a bit more of like a 50-50 kind of situation, but the same goes for frag grenades. These can blow up the nuke that's in the heavy's hand. Lastly is the goo grenade. This is also going to be used on the medium. You can create a quick wall in front of you to block all the damage that the heavies do, and aiming this and the timing can be pretty key here. If you're in a building, there might be enough room that you can kind of block all of it so that their nuke cannot reach you over the goo, or you can simply throw it at the heavy and they'll get stuck in it and potentially blow themselves up. Now, mediums. They have the best counter to nukes, the APS turret. If you have a lobby full of heavies, bring an APS. The problem a lot of players have is where they place the APS and where they play within it. You need to treat it almost like a wall that is going to stop projectiles and the nukes and RPGs from reaching you. Don't stand in the circle because the damage radius can still reach you. Position it in the direction the nuke will be coming from. Use walls or ceilings to place it on places that are hard to shoot. You have the capability of swapping to the APS and placing it very fast. So whenever you see that nuke, just quickly swap to it, place it in front of you, and boom. Mediums also have plenty of gadgets that can help gather information, such as recon senses, sonar grenade, and tracking dart. Having the info of where the enemy is can help position accordingly to avoid the nuke. Or you can just kill people with it.
Literally one. Okay, Alpha.
The two teams are fighting on yeah, I believe.
Oh, I killed with the tracking dart! Let's go!
Explosive mine and glitch mine can both delete a player holding a nuke or disable them with glitch, which I find combos really well with the CL40. A very underrated weapon. The CL40, all you have to do is simply land a grenade near the player that's holding a nuke and it will instantly delete them. The CL40 kind of is a hard counter to heavy nuke players.
just trying to steal. Nice, good fucking. God damn it, this team is crazy, dude.
Now, if you're playing heavy, you have the access to the mesh and the dome, which can completely tank the damage from a nuke. With the explosives heavy have, facing another heavy is kind of a first come first serve situation. Whoever throws an RPG or a nuke at the other one first tends to win that fight. And speaking of shields, the mesh and the dome are also a very, very powerful tool in the heavy's arsenal. Barricades are also pretty strong, but I feel like they might be a little bit more situational, but they could actually provide more resistance than the dome. However, again, this is going to be situation to situation, and when it comes to countering them, they can be a little bit tricky, especially the barricade. However, the dome and the mesh do have a lot of ways to counter them. If you're playing light, the best gadget, again, is going to be the glitch grenade. Throw a glitch grenade beside the shield to completely remove it. Try to avoid throwing it directly at the shield or it will bounce off. Throwing it on the ground next to it is probably a better option. You can also drop a gas grenade onto shields that will creep through and damage. This might be less effective, but is a good option if you don't have a glitch. The medium class surprisingly has a lesser known trick that can counter shields completely. It is the APS turret again. There are two ways. One is placing the APS turret on a cache-out or somewhere that they are going to be throwing their dome shield. When they throw the dome, it will actually act as a projectile and it will get removed by the APS. Knowing this, you can actually place an APS on an object and throw that object at a dome shield and it will remove it. Unfortunately, the APS obviously isn't going to stop a mesh shield. However, we can use a glitch trap in order to remove the shield. I recommend throwing it at the shield and then shooting the trap, or placing them next to the cache-out and remembering to trigger them as they place down the dome shield and have the mesh shield up. Again, the CL40 works wonders when trying to combo this. For the heavy, the one tip I have is to just shoot. Your M60 has over 1600 damage per magazine. This is enough to remove a mesh shield and a dome shield and still have some extra bullets left over in the clip. There are also things to consider when engaging, such as movement. Heavies are slow and bring little to no gadgets that can assist in movement, ignoring the super glide tech and the goo gun movement. So outrunning them is always an option to consider. Positioning and taking the fight from a better advantage can help sway fights in your favor. Now, hopefully this helps you increase the knowledge and potential of ways that you can win the engagement versus heavies. I'll be making more guides and videos on the finals, so be sure to subscribe for more content, and I will see you in the finals.
Oh, I'm so good. I'm so good.